everyone, welcome back to Jobs School. In today's video, we are going to learn something really interesting. It's called queue stack. Now, you might be wondering what is a queue stack? Well, it's actually a way of building a stack using queues. This is a very popular question in programming and interviews, and understanding it will make sure your concept and data structure is very strong. So make sure to stay. What exactly is a queue stack? A queue stack is a hybrid data structure. That means we use the behavior of queue to create the behavior of a stack. In simple words, we use queues to make something that works like a stack. We know a stack follows the rule of LIFO, that means last in, first out. Where the last element you add is the first one to come out. On the other hand, queue follows the FIFO. FIFO means first in, first out, where the first element you add is the first to come out. So, in a queue stack, our challenge is to use the FIFO structure of queues to behave like a LIFO structure of a stack. So now, you might ask, why do we want this queue stack? The reason is very simple. The concept helps us to deeply understand how data ordering works. In programming interviews, we will often ask same questions like this. Can you implement a stack using only queues? And this is exactly what they mean by queue stack. It's not just about the coding, it's about the logical thinking and rearranging operations that make one data structure act like another. Let's understand the concepts as well, then quickly recap how the stack and queue is working. As you can see, in a stack, we using two operations such as pop and push. We use the push operation for adding some data and pop operation for removing the data from the stack. Especially we care about the TOS element. TOS element means top of a stack when we do these kind of two operations to the stack. So then in a queue, we using Enqueue to add the data for the back and the Dequeue for remove the data from the front. Actually, queue is working as a line, right? And like a person in a line is get his place as a first place and already. According to the queue stack, they have two main methods to make them behave as a stack. First one is pop-friendly method and another one is push-friendly. From the pop-friendly method, as you can see, it sounds like that actually simple for popping the elements. I already mentioned the steps to follow that. First one, Enqueue elements into the push queue. Then we have to transfer all elements from the pop queue to push queue. The last step is swap the names of the pop queue and push queue. And then second method, push friendly queue stack. As you think, this is for minimize the steps for pushing the elements and they have few more steps to follow. The first step, to push an element onto stack. Enqueue the new element into the push queue. Second one is to pop an element from the stack. That means transfer elements from the push queue to the pop queue except the last element. At the third step, we have to swap the names of the push and pop queues. At the fourth step, the Dequeue have written the remaining elements from the pop queue. So guys, as you can see, I clearly show the step using diagram under these steps. So I think you can have some better idea about that. Okay guys, let's try to implement a code using this. I'm using Java and Python to explain this one. So this is a Python code explanation and we use two queues, Q1 and Q2 to behave like a stack. When we want to push, we make sure the newest item is always at the front of the Q1. And when we want to pop, we simply remove the front element that gives LIFO behavior. That's called queue stack because it's a stack made from queues. And then this is the Java code explanation. As you can see, this is the Java code. And I have created the two queues as Q1 and Q2. In the push method, we move all the elements to Q2 and add a new none to Q1 and then move everything back. At the pop method, just remove from the front, which gives the LIFO order, right? and the top method shows the top element without moving it. So, where can we see this idea in real world? The queue stack idea is used when we need to reverse or reorder data for short time. It's useful when we have only simple tools like queues and need stack behavior. For some examples, in a web browser, when you press a back button, the most recent page comes first. Another one is undo or redo features. The last action is removed first. Another one is in some task message system. Tasks may be handled in last in one, first is out. Even so, we don't use the stack queue directly in real life. An idea helps you us understand how the system handles data order. Okay then, let's see some good and bad side of queue stack. Advantages. First one, it shows how one data structure can act like another. Second one, it helps us understand data order like FIFO or LIFO. Third one, it's very common interview question to test logic. They have also limitations. First one, adding or removing items can be slowed if we have a lot of data. Second one, it needs to extra memory because we use two quizzes. Okay guys, let's wrap up this. Today we learn what is a queue stack is, a data structure that uses queues to work like a stack. We saw how it works, how to add and remove items, and where can we use in real life. Remember this again, stack follows LIFO, queue follows FIFO. Queue stack is stack made from a queue. So, if you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to SJAW's stream for more easy and clear data structure lessons. Thank you for watching. I will be in next video.